Hey beautiful people, this is Deshanay Cotton, founder of Brand Tuition. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I didn't have the heart to say anything to anyone yesterday, maybe a few people. Just going through my own difficulties with not having my mom here at the moment. But happy Mother's Day, whether if you gave birth to a child, whether if you found a child, whether if you lost a child. This was and is your special time. With that being said, I wanted to take a moment about how do you increase productivity while going through your storm, when you're going through those difficult moments. And it's one of those things that I have to ask myself, because as an entrepreneur, it's different when you're really not in the mood to do something. You can sit at your desk and your computer and really not get too much done. When you're working for yourself, it directly impacts your income. So your mindset has to be a little bit different. So I just wanted to share with you, how do I get through these moments when I'm having those days? First and foremost, my most important thing is I allow myself to have those days. Can't go past 2 because you got bills to be paid. So yeah, you just can't sit there feeling sorry for yourself. My mama would be the first one to tell you, be a fool if you want to. But give yourself that time to grieve. Give yourself that time to process the moment. The most important thing is to get up and have the courage, have the ability to step up, to show up, to do what you need to do in order to make that day successful. So that was one of my most important things, is just giving myself the time to have that time. But with that being said, I know I'm going to have a day, and I know I have to be productive tomorrow because I have customers that rely on my services. I have to make sure that I take the time out to plan the day. So the next thing that I would do is before I get up, before I wake up that next morning, is to take the time to plan my day. What am I doing? How am I doing it? Just prioritizing it so I can go down my list A through Z. Because sometimes, it's easy to kind of defer my attention if I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing and something else comes along. I'm like, oh, look, let me go do that. Oh, look, let me go do that. And then all of a sudden I'm off task. I'm not being productive and things are not getting done. So that's a good way to make sure that you're able to stay productive in the midst of your storm. Now, there's other things that I do as well, and that I understand is that I have to set boundaries. Setting boundaries, like getting rid of your text messages, your email alerts. I have my family text messages thread. I have my diva text message thread. I have other people's thread. And what happens is during the day, especially when you get caught up in those really, really good conversations, you can have 30 text messages that come in a matter of 15 seconds. And you find yourself looking at your work and then looking at your phone, looking at your work, then looking at your phone. And then you find yourself getting sucked in, these big time suckers, because you're taking the time out to look at your phone. Oh, that's a notepad. But you're taking the time to look at that. So now your mind is diverting in between what's productive and what's non-productive. So set your boundaries for those items that are non-productive. But most importantly, when you're protecting your time, you have to protect your mind. What happens if you get one of those text messages and the news isn't so great? You start to think about what's going on. You start to marinate over the situations, and that right there puts you out of your productive zone. So you have to make sure that you protect your time as well as your mind, what you're pulling into your system. My sister's posted a few videos of my mom, and you want to get me going? Show me one of those videos of her and just seeing her smiling and seeing her present and seeing her there. That right there can break my heart. So if I'm trying to be productive, it doesn't make sense for me to sit up there and look at the phone 15,000 times over. As beautiful as my mom is, to sit there and resonate and literally think about her over and over and over and over and over again will put me back into a non-productive space. Being in that non-productive space helps no one. It doesn't get the job done, and it doesn't help you in the future. Your job is to do the best that you possibly can do as an individual. You might have these hard seasons, you might endure these hard times, but it's up to you as an individual to fight your way through it. Again, this is all about certain things you will never get over, but you will get through it. And that's the key. You may never ever get over it, but God has given you the strength and He's given you the tools to get through it. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.